This video details conducting an RCUT intersection analysis using the highway capacity software. It is important to note that this video was created with HCS 7. The restricted crossing U-turn or RCUT intersection differs from a conventional intersection by eliminating the left turn and through movements from the cross-street approaches. To accommodate these movements, the RCUT intersection requires drivers to turn right onto the main road and then make a U-turn maneuver at a one-way median opening. At the main street approaches, the left turns are typically accommodated similar to left turns at conventional intersections. In some cases, such as rural unsignalized RCUT intersection designs, left turn movements from the main street could also be removed. This training video will cover the analysis for both unsignalized and signalized RCUT intersections. To conduct an unsignalized RCUT analysis, the two-way stop control module is used. One two-way stop control file is necessary to serve as the main intersection file, shown as number 2 on this slide, and separate two-way stop control files are needed for the upstream and downstream U-turn intersections, shown as number 1 and 3. The upstream and downstream intersections will be attached to the main intersection file. After creating a new two-way stop control file, check the RCUT alternative intersection at the bottom of the General tab. Notice that the intersection type drop-down will now become editable. The default selection is RCUT with stop signs. The other option for intersection type in this module includes RCUT with merge. For the purposes of this video, we will focus only on RCUT with stop signs or with signals, as will be discussed later in this video. For information about conducting an RCUT with a merge condition, please refer to the help manual within the HCS program. This file will serve as the main intersection file. By selecting the RCUT analysis on the General tab, a new RCUT tab will be editable. The conventional intersection information, RCUT main intersection information, and the U-turn crossover information is found under this tab. We'll come back to these fields a little later in this video. Code the inputs for the lanes and traffic tab as would typically be done at a normal stop-controlled intersection. Notice that in quick lanes, the through and left turn movements have been disabled from the minor road approach, which is standard with an RCUT intersection. The volume entered in the Vehicle Volumes and Adjustments section should be the redistributed volumes at the main intersection. These volumes must be determined manually. So, in this case, there may have been 100 northbound left turns, 50 northbound throughs, and 150 northbound right turns at the conventional intersection, but with an RCUT intersection, these have all been converted to right turns, so just 300 right turns are coded. Next, new two-way stop control files are created for each of the crossover intersections. In the General tab, the MUT RCUT crossover intersection box should be checked. When using the quick lanes entry, it is important to note that the crossover junction can only have major through movements and one major street U-turn lane defined. Otherwise, the main intersection file will not accept this file as a crossover connection. The information under lanes and traffic is entered as normal for a two-way stop control application. If there are two crossovers, one upstream and one downstream of the main intersection, this process is repeated to create two files, one for each crossover intersection. Returning to the main intersection file, the conventional intersection volume should be entered as if all approaches are full movement approaches and not prohibited from turning left or going through, essentially what the existing conventional intersection would be. Storage lengths for left turn lanes can also be entered in this window. The crossover intersections can be tied to the main intersection by loading in the associated two-way stop control file. Click on the Open West Crossover box to tie the west crossover intersection to the main intersection. A pop-up box will open to show the operational analysis results of the crossover intersection. Once both crossover intersections are associated with the main intersection file, the report can be generated. In the main intersection file, there are two reporting options. First, the operational analysis for just the main intersection can be summarized in the standard two-way stop control report. Similarly, this report can be generated for each of the crossover intersections within their respective files. Alternatively, the RCUT report can be generated, which summarizes the results of the entire RCUT main intersection and crossover intersections. This report is only populated once both crossover intersections have been associated with the main file. The report is generated by clicking on the RCUT button on the bottom of the report page within the main intersection file. When conducting an RCUT analysis with traffic signals, the Streets module should be used in HCS. Two files will be required for this analysis, one for each direction of travel, essentially cutting the RCUT in half. The files must have opposite forward directions. To begin the analysis of a signalized RCUT location, create a new HCS street file with just one intersection. Then enter the conventional intersection demand. This demand is the same as what would be turning at the intersection if it were a traditional intersection and not an RCUT. All other inputs can be entered like a traditional streets analysis and will be copied over when the crossover intersections are created. Before doing anything else at this point, save the file. This file will be the conventional intersection file from which the RCUT files are built. Next, under the Interchanges and Alternative Intersections section found under the Detailed Input Data header, check the box that says Alternative Intersection. The drop-down for intersection type will be editable. Select RCUT. A confirmation window will pop up asking if the analyst wants to convert this intersection to an RCUT file. Again, several of the inputs entered into this HCS file will be converted to an RCUT configuration. Click Yes. After converting the intersection to the RCUT, do a Save As to create the first of the two RCUT files. Once the first RCUT file is saved and the lane configurations have been confirmed, open the conventional intersection file again. Change the forward direction and then repeat the process of converting it to an RCUT. Save this file as the second RCUT file and modify the lane configurations to match the analyzed condition. Now that two separate RCUT files have been created, the full RCUT can be constructed. In either RCUT file, click on Open RCUT File under the Alternative Intersection header. Select the opposing RCUT file. When this file is loaded, another pop-up window will open. The type of median at the U-turn crossover should be specified. This value is used to apply a saturation adjustment factor to the crossover movement. The volumes are already populated from the conventional intersection file. The RCUT report can be created by selecting the Alternative Intersections report from the Report drop-down menu at the top of the screen. In summary, both unsignalized and signalized RCUTs can be evaluated using HCS. Unsignalized RCUTs are evaluated using the two-way stop control module, while signalized RCUTs are analyzed in the Streets module. For additional information, please refer to the two-way stop control and Streets modules users guides.